Hi, thank you very much for joining me here on Thoughts to Freedom. In my videos, I help people to identify and to change their thoughts to achieve freedom, which is also known as happiness. So today I want to talk or remind you again that what I've created is a system to achieve freedom, and it's through our own brain tissue, which is like a radio, and there's thousands of radio stations that come in through a physical radio that you buy in the store. But for us, there are two radio stations. There's EGO15 and 3100. EGO15 is a radio station that is tied up with our ego, and we can access 15% of what is available in life. But if you go into the greater consciousness, you'll be able to tap into 100% of what's available in life. But you have to train your mind. And so this is what this channel is about, Thoughts to Freedom. And if you do like my videos, please like and also subscribe. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost you a thing. But anyway, today I would like to talk about the most powerful thing that you have to do, the most influential thought process, and what you have to do to clear out all of your own emotions and thoughts. And the thoughts would be hateful thoughts, judgmental thinking. It is being disappointed with other people's actions and what you might perceive as losses within your life. So let us go straight to it. I have made another teaching tool here on my flip chart, and here it is. And that the forgiveness practice that you must have is the key to happiness. And there it is right there. The key to happiness is a forgiveness practice. So with this, and this is going to set you free. This is going to set you free. You're going to have to start looking at your grievances. Look at just exactly what you find to be not fair. It's not fair that this happened to me. This should not have happened to me. This person shouldn't have done that, and the other person shouldn't have done the other. And you go on and on and on in your minds, which with the radio station EGO15, about this situation that you cannot accept. You're going to have to start looking at that. And all of them are in the past. We're talking about the past. We're not talking about the present moment. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about past events that you cannot get over. Now, for me, I am the worst person when it comes to forgiving other people. I will hold a grudge. I will have a grievance against them, and I'll go straight into resentments. Resent the fact that that happened. Oh, how could that happen to me? Why did this person do that? And why didn't I respond the other way? And whatever. Anyway, there's a lot of anger tied up with that. A lot of frustration. Tremendous amounts of emotions. And yet, you and me, all of us as individuals, choose to, ruminate over this like forever. I mean, things that happened a long time ago, let's say in the 70s. Somehow I like to talk about the 70s as a very huge, dynamic decade in our lives, in the lives of individuals. And there's plenty, of course, in the history of, being human. But I like to kind of focus on that. But if you're still harboring resentments that date back, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years? How about 60 years? Whatever. You need to get over it because you are hurting yourself, because the paradox, which is a self-contradictory situation where it doesn't seem to be true. It doesn't seem as if it's truthful. It seems as if it's contradicting itself. Like, for example, forgiveness. So something happened in our lives, in a situation, and we perceive losses, maybe loss of income, maybe loss of opportunities for further experiences in your life. Okay, so you're going to harbor and nurse this resentment against this person that you feel wronged you, okay? The paradox is that you need to just forgive them. Accept it, forgive yourself, forgive them, and go on. I think that is one of the most difficult things that one can do, because again, it seems as if this is not right. But it is a paradox. You will be free if you forgive these people. And as we know, there are a lot of situations that we really didn't want to be in, and we, have to forgive them. We have to forgive because we're looking at our own happiness, the key to happiness. So for today's lesson of thoughts to freedom, we need to forgive. We need to forgive everyone. Like, for example, a lot of people have resentments about their parents, maybe their mother, maybe their father, maybe their uncle, who knows who it is. But over the years, you're still not forgiving of the situation. And I've heard a lot of them over the years. I've lived for a long time. If your relative, your father, your brother, or whatever, sexually abused you, that's a pretty hard one to get over. There's other things that are very difficult in life. But you have to forgive, because you're going to have happiness, which is freedom. So, this is the most important thing that one does. And if you start to look at things differently, you will find that there was a learning opportunity for both the individuals or the people involved. And so therefore, forgiveness is going to be the ultimate tool in your toolbox to get to happiness. So again, I would like to look at the method, again, that I have designed to get to freedom and to harbor resentments and to not forgive, which is the most important thing for you to do in life, as we know it, is to forgive. You're going to stay here on this small radio station, not really living life to its fullest, not reaching happiness, and stuck in situations that you cannot get out of. You're going to have to forgive. Now, as I had mentioned in my first video, Thoughts to Freedom, there are spiritual programs out there. One of them is A Course in Miracles that I've done for 4 years, 4 different years I've done it. And also the most powerful spiritual program on earth, as many say, talk about, know about, is the 12-step program for Alcoholics Anonymous. And this is a spiritual program. It is not a quit drinking program or quit drugging program, which of course it is that also. But if you look at it, it is a spiritual program where you're going to identify the problem, and then you're going to seek out this greater consciousness right here on this, what I call a radio station. Your thoughts now are going to change, and you're going to have a better life. You are going to have this freedom. But you're going to have to look at your thoughts. You can't just say, oh, well, let's not think about our thoughts. Well, no, let's look at them and let's change the thought system. Let's redefine how we're going to think about things. So the most powerful spiritual program that there is to get you to freedom is the 12-step program. So now that I am talking about getting to freedom, which in religion is called salvation, so it's also called God. This is of the 4 aspects of life. There's the spiritual aspect, the emotional, the physical, and the mental, the thinking. Well, this is all just thinking. So I'm talking about all this thinking. But if you get into the spiritual realm and you get to freedom and you get to happiness, that is the creative realm. So what I would like to mention is, and this is back in the 70s again, that there were lots of songs, a lot of creativity that came out of that. And there were artists that, especially in music, they offered us a lot of things. And so too, that I would like to mention would be the artist Joni Mitchell and her writing the song Both Sides Now. And I have reviewed that recently. I did grow up in the 70s and graduated from high school during that time. And her lyrics to me, Both Sides Now, and she talks about the clouds, but clouds got in the way. Okay, well, what is that? Yeah. The illusions. There's lots of illusions here. More illusions than we can even fathom. And here, with Freedom, Free 100, that's the truth. So you're going to get into truthfulness. But let's get back again to Joni Mitchell's lyrics for Both Sides Now. And this is the way that I interpret her music. There's lots of data online. Joni Mitchell is still alive. She is 80 years old and just contributed so much with her style of music that could come in the 70s. But this to me is the clouds. The clouds got in the way. The illusions, our dreams that are not true. But if you get rid of the clouds, you know, this is the life that we're looking for, but the clouds get in the way. So also there is a song by Led Zeppelin, and it is the Stairway to Heaven. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. And the part that I was always fixated on was when the lyrics came on, there are two pathways you can go on, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Okay, so there are two pathways you can go by, okay? My two radio stations, this radio station, EGO 15, with the illusions from the ego, is a pathway, which you can access 15%. But you can get on the other one, because there's two pathways you can go by, or two radio stations you can listen to. But in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. So there is time. You can change the road you're on, particularly now, during this transformative time on Earth, where the spiritual awakening that you can go through is experienced by a lot of people. There's one more thing I want to mention about literature, and there is a book by Dr. Scott. It's called The Road Less Traveled. And the road less traveled is right here, free 100. But you can get there. You can get to the road less traveled, and it's not as easy. It's not as easy. You're gonna have to really look at your thoughts, exactly what they are. And here, again, we've got resentments, we've got grievances that we can't get over, and we can't forgive. We can't forgive. I can't forgive them. I'm going to hate them. I'm going to think bad thoughts about them. You know, I really essentially want them to die for what they did to me. Boom. Forget about it. You're going to have to forgive them. And again, the paradox is that you have to forgive them and forgive yourself. And it might be an illusion. It's oftentimes called an illusion. The forgiveness is an illusion. That's fine. It's the best illusion that we have in life. So go ahead and have that illusion of forgiveness that you've forgiven them. But you're going to have to try your best to forgive them and let go of that situation. So with that, I would like to end Thoughts to Freedom. On the next video, I will have on Thoughts to Freedom, the drug addict and the alcoholic and the thought systems that they harbor. And we will be looking at a sub radio station for EGO 15. So I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you later. Thank you.